and the REACH program. I'm Michael Norman, the Director of Student Services and System Lead for the REACH Scholarship Program. The REACH program of Georgia was launched on February the 6th, 2012 at Georgia Institute of Technology with the announcement of AT&T being REACH's first corporate partner with a donation of $250,000. The REACH Georgia Scholarship rewards students for self-accountability, promotes parent involvement, and provides motivation and support, all factors that we know that are critical in student educational achievement. Said Governor Nathan Deal at the launch of the program. In a 2-year pilot, REACH Georgia added 5 school systems, Rabun, Douglas, Dodge, Whitman, Bullock counties, committed 35 students as REACH scholars and invested $350,000 to student scholarships. Today, REACH serves 180 school systems across Georgia and serves more than 3,600 scholars, committing over $30.39 million in scholarships, $5.9 million in local donations, and $9.4 million in private donations. As part of the REACH program, each scholar is required to sign a contract to participate. The contract that these students are about to sign will require following over the next 4 years. They need to keep an overall 2.5 grade point average or higher, have good attendance, have good behavior, and remain drug and crime-free, meet with their assigned mentor, meet with their assigned academic coach at least once a month, attend REACH events, meetings, programs, engage in activities prepared for college, graduate from high school with a diploma, and enroll in and graduate from a Georgia Hope eligible post-secondary institution. Before we recognize these scholars, I would like to give special thanks to the following people: Superintendent Mr. Adam Hathaway, school board members, our REACH partners Mike Davis with Colony Bank, Mr. Morris Tankersley with Commercial Banking Community, Mr. Donnie Warren with the Harley Langdale Junior Foundation, Ms. Beth Lewis with the J. Deason Fund, and Erica Culpepper with South Georgia Banking Company. The Application Review Interview Committee, Mr. Mickey Weldon, myself, Michael Norman, Ms. Beth Lewis, Mr. Jonathan Judy, Ms. Lynn McIntyre, and Ms. Jessenia Vasquez. I will now ask Mr. Hathaway to come forward and say a few words and lead our scholars through the signing ceremony. Thank you, Mr. Hathaway.
$10,000. Worth sitting here a minute for? Yes? I can tell you, a lot of people work a lot of hours to make $10,000. And before I get to my prepared remarks, we talk all the time about students working. In order to be working, you've got to get paid, right? And a lot of times that's not just monetarily, but in this case, it's $10,000. And you being willing to sacrifice and do what you need to do in order to prepare yourself for college will 100% earn you $10,000 if you do what you need to do. And that's a lot of money going towards college. So I'm excited to be here today. You guys are our 4th REACH class that we're inducting here in Tifton. We were talking about this morning. Next year, we will have our first REACH scholars graduating. And that's a big thing. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind as y'all are going through all of this process. And as you're sitting and waiting and being uncomfortable about it all, it's worth the wait, right? So I really do love the REACH process because instead of waiting and seeing whether you've done what you need to do, we're incentivizing you to do what you need to do. So I want to begin by saying that in Tift County Schools, we are going to relentlessly pursue a culture of excellence. Relentlessly pursue a culture of excellence in every single thing that we do. And I promise you, scholars, that if you give your best effort every day on every single task, you're going to have a life well spent. Always remember that excellence is never an accident. I'm going to say that again. Excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. You've got to have that type of character to reach excellence. If you refuse to see yourself as a victim and hold yourself accountable for your decisions, there will be nothing that you can achieve. Nothing. Lastly, I ask that you apply the excellence that you will achieve to the betterment of your community and this great nation. The Reach Scholarship in this community is paying it forward in hopes that one day each of you will support others in the same manner. Reach Scholars, parents, community members, I'd now like to walk you through your obligations and responsibilities. So Reach Scholars, we're going to go with you first. So before we sign, I want you to signify with "I will." So after I read off what you're supposed to do, you just say "I will," right? As I administer the following charges. Scholars, will you commit to keeping good grades, attendance, and behavior, meeting with your mentor and academic coach, and graduating from high school and college? Awesome. Parents and guardians, will you commit to supporting your students as they progress through the program? Will you also commit to attending Reach events, meetings, and programs, contacting your students' academic coach or counselor if there are any issues that you believe should be addressed? Perfect. And community members that are here with us, it is incumbent upon us individually and as a community to affirm our willingness to support these Reach Scholars in their journey to adulthood. Will you commit to supporting these Reach Scholars with your time, talent, and treasure as they progress through the Reach program and into college and careers? Awesome. Scholars, at this time, please sign your contracts. You should have your contracts in front of you. There where it is highlighted, if you will sign that. Parents, while they're signing, we're going to ask you to come up and sign afterwards. We'll take some pictures and that sort of stuff. So. Awesome. Hey, congratulations, Reach Scholars. Let's give them a big round of applause. Know that that's a $10,000 signature if you do what you're supposed to do. That's big time, right? In order to recognize this significant achievement, we will have a certificate to give each student. When I call your name, if you will please walk over to Mr. Norman, and he has a certificate for you. Evelyn Daniel, H Street Middle School. Do you want a picture?
Yeah.
Or we take pictures afterwards? Let's take pictures afterwards. Lourdes Denny, H Street Middle School. Mackenzie Holiday, Northeast Middle Angela Pozos Ortiz, Northeast Middle And our one guy that made the cut, and the rest of it, Joe Bob was. I want to congratulate each of you on being part of our 4th Reach Scholarship class. It is both a tremendous honor and an opportunity, and you are all very deserving recipients. As they went through the interview process, they were updating me constantly on the folks that they were talking to, and you guys did a phenomenal job in the interview, so I'm very, very proud of you and the way you represent the team. Now I'm going to ask that the middle school principals, Ms. Jennifer Johnson and Dr. Julie Jones, come forward to share a few closing remarks. Ms. Johnson, if you'll come up, we'll let ladies go first, and come on up as well, Mr. Jones, Dr. Jones, and
Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for being here for our REACH Scholars. It is an honor to be able to recognize each of you here today. One of the things that all of us get every single day when we wake up, we get 24 hours in the day. We choose what we do with those 24 hours, and at this point, you guys have signed the contract and committed to purposefully deciding what you're going to do with your next 24 hours over the next 4 years to make sure that you get your REACH Scholarship in the end. Like Mr. Hathaway said, you signed a $10,000 contract. And anytime that you sign something like that where you're receiving funds, you have to do work. You have signed to do the work to get what you need done, and you've done the work up until this point to be able to see it. We are very proud to have you in our system. We're very proud of what you have done to represent the T. Continue to do just that, and we all will be here supporting you. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to our parents, our stakeholders here who are always supporting our scholars, and you will always be our scholars. We're excited for you. Thank you.
Congratulations. I am so proud of all of you. And I know that your families are proud of you and this community is proud of you. I always feel like I need to give a little bit of advice to you when I come up here. So I'm going to do 3 quick pieces of advice for you as you move on from this event, okay? The first one is, we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, but it is a habit. You have already shown that you have great habits. Your academics, your behavior, your attendance. If you continue to do those things, continue to allow those to be habits, you will continue to reap the rewards and be successful. The second one is, raise your hand and be the one. Okay? We miss far too many opportunities in our lives because we didn't feel like we were ready or we didn't feel like we were good enough. I'm here to tell you right now that you are good enough and you are ready. Never miss opportunities to make yourself successful and available. Okay? And the last piece, if you've been at any of our Student of the Month ceremonies, you may have heard me say this before. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You guys have already started. You are doing wonderful things. And if you continue to do those things, you will be great and successful. Congratulations again. I do want to thank the committee for making these selections, the families and community that are supporting these children, and also the Tift County School System for being part of this program. Thank you.
As I close, I just want to ask a question. I want to test just how smart you guys may be. And if you don't know the answer, we'll ask the audience. How about that? Do you know the best time to plant a tree? Think of a fruit tree, apple tree, orange tree. When's the best time to plant a tree? Let's ask the audience. Do y'all know when the best time to plant a tree is? Yes, sir.
Now.
Right now is the second best time to plant a tree. The best time to plant a tree was 5 years ago. That way we could be eating the fruit right now. But the next best time is today, is right now. And he is absolutely on point. The best time to plant a tree is right now, right? Because if we plant that tree today, then we're going to reap the fruits in the future. Don't wait to plant a tree. Make sure you're doing what you need to do and that you're watering that tree and that those roots run deep, because the tree that you plant today is going to feed you 4 years from now. It's going to feed you 10 years from now. Make sure that you're investing in your future. But you got to do that every single day, because what you're doing for yourself right now is really for the future you. And that's what you got to do every single day if you want to make sure that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you have what you want. So make sure that you're investing in yourself. At this point in time, we're going to ask the parents and guardians of each REACH Scholar to come up so that you can sign. If you'll come up and stand behind your scholar. And we're going to take some pictures. and we'll have you sign. And then after you guys get signed up, we'll have time for you to rotate through individually the families, take pictures, and we have some cupcakes and some water and all of that good stuff in the back. But families, if you'll come up and join your scholar. Angela, you may need to slide down just a little bit. All right, parents, if you will, is it on that same page or is it on that next page? Parents, if you will, go ahead and sign the contract. And Ms. Sperlin's going to take some pictures while y'all sign. All right. Then if you can take a few pictures of them now, so that we'll have them. Go ahead, Ms. Sperlin. That way we can share these on our website. And, tighten up just a little bit. You need to slide the chairs in. There you go. There you go. Yeah. We'll get you all one. There we go. All right. Awesome. And with that, we are concluded. If you guys would like to stick around and take some family pictures, we'll be glad to assist with that. Otherwise, there are cupcakes and water in the back. Thank you guys for coming.